So this video today is a little bit embarrassing for me to do, if I'm being honest, but sometimes I feel like it's important for me to talk about the things that I'm dealing with because I know that I'm not alone, and I know that some of you may be struggling with the same things or the same way that I am. And so if I can help you in any way, even if it means me being embarrassed, I think it's probably worth it. I personally have an addictive personality. That's something that I've known for a long time. I used to be crazy addicted to chewing tobacco, nicotine, right? Dip. I did that 2 cans a day, literally for years, like almost 20 years. And then I also used alcohol. I used alcohol from a young age, right? 16 years old, I started drinking, and then I started binge drinking. And then in college, I drank more. Even when I got out of college, I had a problem with alcohol. And the reason why I was drinking, I've come to realize, is because I was self-medicating, right? I was trying to basically numb some of the pain that I was dealing with that I never truly dealt with. I was trying to basically just solve something that was fundamentally wrong with me, but I was doing that through the use of alcohol. And then in 2010, January 2nd, I decided that I wanted to quit chewing tobacco. And so in order to do that, I knew that I needed to quit alcohol because alcohol was one of my biggest triggers. And so I didn't even at the time acknowledge the dependency and the problem I had with alcohol. I was just trying to solve the nicotine issue, right? But what happened was not only was I able to quit chewing tobacco, the bigger thing and the bigger story was that I quit alcohol for 6 months. For 6 months, no alcohol. And that, honestly, in my opinion, was the thing that truly changed the trajectory of my health, my happiness, and my life. Because finally, I felt good about myself. Finally, I wasn't making the bad decisions. I wasn't beating myself up because I knew better. Finally, I was taking care of myself, and every single aspect of my life got better from that point. I made more money, I had better friends, deeper friendships, but I did lose friends. Because the truth is that if you decide to stop drinking alcohol and you go out around your other friends that are self-destructing or drinking, they feel very uncomfortable with you not doing it, and so they try to pressure you into it. And what I had to do ultimately was lose some friends. I stopped hanging out with a lot of the people that I had been partying with and drinking with. And the other problem with alcohol, as you know, is that it's a social thing, right? That's what we do. It's going out to a bar, a party, a restaurant, going out to hang out with friends. You're drinking to watch the game. Like, we rely so heavily on alcohol as a society in order to occupy time and to bring us together socially. When I quit for that 6-month period, and everything got better, I finally had control over my drinking. And then from that point, I had a much healthier relationship with alcohol. I would still go out, I would still have or enjoy a glass or two of wine or a bourbon once, possibly twice a week, but I wasn't drinking and getting drunk. But then when the world shut down, it started to amp up a little bit more. You know, my wife and I are home, we're bored, it's like, oh, let's open a bottle of wine. Okay, we drink that, let's open another one, right? And then it's Tuesday, and hey, you want to open a bottle of wine? Sure, why not? Because why not, right? And it just started to grow, and my consumption started to escalate. Not to the point of me like drinking like every day or anything like that. I started to feel like I was going in a bad direction. I also wasn't sure why I wasn't feeling as good as I used to. I felt like there was something wrong. I felt like I was stagnant. I felt like my brain wasn't working right. I felt like I just wasn't happy. I started to unpack like what was different about me, why was I feeling this way, and I took a hard look in the mirror and I realized, hey, stupid fuck, what are you doing? Look how much you're drinking. Remember that video you did on all the amazing things that happen and benefits from you quitting drinking and that healthy relationship you had? You don't have it anymore. You got to stop. If you truly want to get out of your own way and get out of your own rut, you've got to change. But I needed to be the one to be honest and finally accept responsibility for the fact that I was doing something self-destructive. And I think that's something that it's hard to do. It's very difficult, to do that. It's hard to look at yourself in the mirror and realize, hey, you're not doing something right, or you're effing it up and you better change, because change is hard. And when it comes to drinking, it becomes so ingrained in what we do socially that it's hard to break that habit, right? Because even if you're not like drinking every single night, when you go out or what you do, when you plan things on weekends, a lot of times it does revolve around, hey, let's go to the wine bar, let's meet at the brewery, let's go out to drink. After that, let's go hear a band, right? Everything revolves socially around booze and alcohol. But when you decide that it's time to stop and you got to get that out of your system and not do that, it's weird, it's hard, and it's almost like scary because you don't know, right? It becomes kind of like your friend, if I'm being honest. And that's the easiest way and the easiest thing I can correlate it to. It's like you're giving up or losing a friend, a toxic friend, but still a friend. Because it's something that you rely on. It's something that, for me, I used to drink sometimes because I felt like it would let me like truly be me, right? I would let my guard down. Ultimately, I realized that I was a horrible drunk and nobody wanted to be around me because I was an asshole. And I would do and say things that weren't necessarily consistent. It wasn't consistent with who I felt that I was or who I wanted to be. And so 30 days ago, I decided that's it. I gotta stop, I gotta change things. And I did. And I can tell you, once again, things this time look even more different, and I was even more shocked at what happened. And so what I'd like to do is actually just tell you some of the surprising benefits that happened to me this time. Because honestly, if you're somebody that is struggling or you're not sure what to do or you're ready to make a drastic change that will truly impact your life in a positive way, giving up alcohol for the next 30 days is something I encourage each and every one of you to do. Now, if you don't need to, you don't have a problem, then don't. But if you're not being honest with yourself, it's time to take a hard look and change. Real quick, guys, before I get into this, I must have been drunk when I ordered as much of this fragrance as I did. I'm kidding, I wasn't. But, okay, so here's the deal. I just want to give you guys an incredible deal on Legend. Legend is an EDP fragrance that we developed at Pete and Pedro, all right? This was the last one that we ordered. Basically, we ordered too much of it, and I need to get rid of some of this. All right, so if you're interested in checking out Legend, Legend is inspired by Tom Ford's effing fabulous, and it is effing fabulous. Honestly, guys, if you're looking for an incredible fragrance, you gotta check this out because right now I'm gonna give it to you for 50% off. Literally, it's like $25. This fragrance in the store, if you were to go buy like Tom Ford's effing fabulous, literally it's like $500. But right now, if you're interested in while supplies last, I've got a special link, I got a special discount code. If you're interested in grabbing one of these and helping your boy out for 25 bucks, you're gonna get it literally for 50% off for a limited time and while supplies last. Literally half price, all right? If you want to buy two, but this fragrance is amazing. Go read the reviews, guys. I'm telling you, it is a lady killer. You're going to get tons of compliments. This stuff is incredible. Effing fabulous, specifically. Gentlemen, hit the link down below. Use that discount code for limited time. Like I said, you can get Legend for 50% off. If you guys missed the video that I did talking about the surprising things that happened when I quit alcohol, I did that video 6 years ago. I'm gonna link to it down below. The biggest difference between then and now is the starting point, right? Because when I started, or I should say when I stopped drinking that first time back in 2010, I was a mess. I was getting blackout drunk all the time. I was unhappy. I was a mess, right? And so a lot of the things that happened were like, wow, like I didn't even realize that I could be better at this or that. At that point in my life back then, I was such a disaster and it was such a problem that I didn't even realize it. And when I took that away, like all these big drastic things happened to me in my life, right? Everything got better. I stopped making bad decisions. I stopped drinking and driving. I was more productive. I made more money. I was more focused. I had a better relationship with my wife, like big things, right? This time, I wasn't in a dark place like I was, but I wasn't happy with who I was, if that makes sense. But it doesn't mean that over the last 30 days, I haven't noticed some drastic, amazing changes. Number one is my self-esteem. I feel so much better about myself. And I think probably the main reason is because I'm not thinking about it. I'm also not beating myself up when I wake up on a Saturday morning or Sunday morning or Monday having the cobwebs in my head because I spent all weekend like drinking and going out and doing stupid shit, right? I felt better about myself. I also, number two, was clear mentally and emotionally. I think that's one of the things. When you're drinking a lot, it clouds your mind. It also prevents you from ever getting like level because it's always this up and down, right? When you drink, you feel good and then you feel bad and then you get depressed and then you feel up because you drink and it's this vicious cycle. When you take that away, it level sets everything and you realize, you know what? I'm good. I feel good. I'm more present in my daily life. And that's actually the third thing. I feel like I'm more thankful. I'm more grounded, I'm more present. I think I've always been such a hard charger when it comes to like business or, stuff like YouTube. Like I'm always charging so hard that when I stopped drinking, it allowed me to kind of take a step back, take a deep breath and center myself. And I've been a lot more conscious and aware of my surroundings. I've been a lot more aware of my relationships. And basically, I've been more thankful for the things in my life that are good. We live in this crazy, like, hustle culture, grind it out mentality world, right? We've got to always be striving for more, right? It's never good enough to be happy and content. And that's the thing I think that it has allowed me to realize over the last 30 days. I am more content and grounded and thankful for where I am as opposed to where I want to get or where I want to be or what I want to achieve. Like, that's the thing for me that was crazy, overwhelming, and powerful. And I didn't expect that at all, right? I didn't expect to basically enjoy life more because unfortunately we live in this crazy time where everybody is trying to be better and acquire more, right? It's the self-improvement mentality. And when you're constantly trying to fix what you perceive to be broken or a deficiency, it prevents you from truly, really embracing who you are and who you are as a person. You know, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't try or strive to be better or achieve more. I'm not saying that at all, no. What I'm saying though is that when you don't drink alcohol, for me, it allowed me to be more present in my daily life, and it allowed me to be more clear mentally and embrace who I am as a person. It also allowed me to get honest with a lot of things and a lot of ways that I've been feeling. You know, when you are consistently masking the way that you feel or your emotions with alcohol, it prevents you from truly ever dealing with a lot of the shit that you've gotten built up. You know, and for me, I've talked about therapy a gazillion times. I'm not going to go into it. But for me, it was really about waking up. And that's the thing that when you quit drinking, it's like an awakening, right? Your eyes are open. It's like you see things, you see the world, you see yourself differently. And it's a good thing. It's not something to be scared of. It's not something to run from. You know, unfortunately, I think a lot of us do utilize alcohol as a crutch, as a tool to actually numb the pain or to not deal with things that we truly need to deal with. But until you deal with these things, you're never truly going to be happy and you're continuously going to go down this vicious cycle. It's just this vicious cycle that you keep doing, you keep perpetuating because you truly are not ready to deal with the issues. But if you deal with them and you stop and you're able to have clarity and peace of mind, it allows you to basically focus, handle your shit, and do what you need to do in terms of just healing, honestly. And that, honestly, over the last 30 days has been the biggest thing that has changed. And that is my ability to heal. And it's something that a lot of people don't talk about or the byproducts of quitting drinking, but it's about healing. It's about being healthier, mind, body, and spirit. And so I wanted to come on and just tell you something that I've been struggling with. I was embarrassed to talk about it before, and when you're in the midst of doing something that is not right, you know, it's hard to be honest with yourself. But when you do, when you finally look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, stupid, you're fucking up, you gotta stop, or else this is gonna keep going. You're gonna continue to feel bad about yourself. You're gonna continue to make the bad decisions. You're gonna continue to send the regretful text messages. Does it mean you may have to find different friends? Yes. Does it mean you may have to change yourself as a person? The answer is yes. I promise you something. If you give up alcohol for the next 30 days, every single aspect of your life will get better. It did for me, and I promise it'll work for you.